I am always excited for button times, whether we mean pressing them or making friends with them.
Right.
Hello, and welcome to Pack Tactics, a 5th edition homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign. My name is Crash. I will be your DM this evening. And I forgot to press some buttons myself. I'm going to press a button that says that we're live on Twitter. And I'm going to do the same thing for Mastodon. Yay! Okay, now we're official. We have our entire audience, though. And tonight, there are a bunch of people joining me. Some really awesome friends of mine, including Ellie, Io, Jen, Cindy. Chris is still AFK. Unfortunately, we are hoping for the best. We have Archbeth hanging out in Mixer chat. Mixer had decided earlier that it didn't want me to be able to connect to Mixer through OBS, and it changed its mind right around the time I was mentioning, we don't really need Mixer because we've got an audience of one usually, and she's on our Discord server, so she can just listen in that way. And then suddenly Mixer let me in. It knows.
All you had to do was threaten it,
Yeah. It's amazing how often threats work. Actually, that's the wrong lesson. That is the wrong thing to take away from this.
It is a barbarian thing to take away from this, though, if you were playing.
I mean, valid.
Yeah.
So,
Sex approves.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of kobolds, what happened last week?
We were doing really well dodging some moon defenses until suddenly we weren't, and we crashed on one of them. And instead of taking a long rest, we decided to explore the facility we crashed on, hoping that that would mean we could take a long rest without an army bursting in on us. We found a facility occupied mostly by dead bodies, some which were animated, most which were not.
If you were playing cards. Yep.
And we're pretty sure we managed to disable the cannon on the top. And then on our way out, we found an Umber Hulk making the chittering noises that we ran away from when we were in the ring world.
To be fair, you did not find an Umber Hulk making chittering noises. You did not find any living Umber Hulks at all.
So
we found one with pieces missing, right?
Yeah, you found a few with missing pieces, and on your way out the door, you actually didn't find all the ones you found on the way in.
Which was, a little bit disturbing.
Yep.
Yep, and you heard an airlock opening, and you heard some chittering. Now, I'm going to say that at this point, you're probably around the corner on the map that I just copy-pasted in Discord. So, you are at the spot that I pointed out before last week, where the first dead Umber Hulk you encountered was. So you don't have line of sight to the airlock door. But Chroma, you understand deep speech.
I do.
Yes. Now, you did learn it out of a book, so you are learning new information about accents and possibly regionalisms. Apparently, as you have spoken deep speech out loud in an effort to sound out the syllables.
Oh no, when Chroma speaks deep speech, she sounds like Megamind.
I'm going to have to take a moment to parse that.
Sorry, I watched it recently because Mom hadn't seen it.
I don't
Stay out of atrocity.
Either, but it just sounds, I don't know.
I've only seen that movie because when Kelly and I were on vacation, it came on TV and she said, you need to sit down and watch this. And she has always had a great taste in movies. Sometimes an unexpected taste in movies. I did not expect her to enjoy My Fellow Americans as much as she did.
I don't know that one either, but
that sounds like it's about politics.
It is.
That's lemon. It's not lemon and metho, is it?
I don't remember the names of anyone who's in it except for Wilford Brimley.
Aykroyd.
It's quite possible. It's no matter what side of the aisle you prefer, it's a movie that you will enjoy because it lampoons everything.
Jack Lemmon, James Garner, Dan Aykroyd.
It is a fantastic movie, and it's very, in some cases, lowbrow humor, and it was not the kind of humor I expected my wife to really enjoy, but she really enjoyed it. Moving forward, always moving forward. except when we move back. But we're boldly going forward because we can't find reverse.
I got that reference.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm here all week because I have to work from home now.
Yeah.
Technically, it's spring break, but never mind. I'm dating this episode now. With that said, Chroma, you are able to understand the discussion that is taking place in this chittering.
Ooh, discussion.
Yes. Discussion is one definition of one terminology that can be used for this interaction. Argument might also be used. The voices, and I can't do the voices. Imagine, if you will, that I was chittering. I don't think that a chitter is something that I'm capable of doing. Well, okay, but I can't turn that into words. So imagine I do.
Fair.
Okay.
Yep.
So, personification of chittering. Moving forward. I told you we shouldn't have eaten the last 2 Umber Hulks. Well, I was hungry. And they taste better when they're still moving. There are plenty that were still moving. Yeah, but they go bad after they've been reanimated. Yeah, true. You don't have the same crunch to them. I think they're quite all right. Yeah, shut up, George. Imagine, if you will, that George is an unpronounceable series of chitters. And the voices are getting closer to you. Wait, what?
That is in Chroma's approximation of deep speech.
Hey, y'all.
Okay, so Chroma's accent, we're going to say it is at least 150% Megamind. But there's an additional 50% for this accent that we were talking about before this session started. Deep speech is traditionally spoken with an air of malevolence or dark foreboding or abject terror, or a combination of all of those. It's salt to taste, as you see fit. It is never, in the history of the ancient gods that wish to rain destruction upon all the cosmos, spoken cheerfully. Until today. Today this has happened, and Cthulhu has just face-palmed. There's a lot of face to palm. There's smack. Several crystal spheres are destroyed from the impact. But none of them are near you. The chittering stops.
Chroma, who are you talking to? Okay, that doesn't answer it for me.
Well, that's what the name sounded like.
You're talking to one of those things. Okay.
Actually, it's pronounced George, which, by the way, is an additional thing at chittering, but it's slightly off from what you said.
Right. Sorry about that.
George, shut up.
All right, so where are they and what do they want?
They're over that away, the direction the chittering's coming from, and they want to eat Umber Hulks.
Well,
and not
fine by
undead
me.
ones. Because undead Umber Hulks taste terrible, apparently.
Okay.
I have no problem with them eating Umber Hulks.
Yeah, I mean...
Me neither.
We don't like the Umber Hulks anyhow. I mean, they're not real fun to fight, so they can have the Umber Hulks.
We're just going to back over into this corner and let them go by.
You hear the chittering start up again, and it's one of the ones that is not George, saying, So, curiosity question, how many are there of you at this particular juncture? There's only one of you that understands anything.
We can even hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can hear it, but we don't understand.
Are you asking that because you're trying to figure out whether we're edible?
Oh, no, we just ate. But we are wondering if there's a significant number of you because, there were a lot of zombies in here.
Were the zombies supposed to, do something?
Oh, probably, but we didn't want them to.
Did you tell them they can have the Umber Hulks? Zenosha's just saying that based off of the last piece of information she's received.
Right, because you wouldn't know this. No, none of us know what this conversation is. We're just hearing Chroma say stuff that sounds really weird.
Archbeth gave the best answer for how many are there of you, which is just all caps, lots. But I don't think it
that's
occurred
not
to
a Chroma
Chroma.
answer.
No, it's not a Chroma answer.
I was going to give this a similar answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, many.
How many of us there are depends on your definition of, well, entities counting as part of that many? Also, I think fungal colonies are weird about whether things are one thing or lots of things, so I don't know about Zenosha at all. Zenosha might count as lots of things.
Okay, so it sounds like one of them's gone bad, but I hear at least 2 other voices, so let's see if we can enslave them. Right, that sounds like a plan. Okay. And the pitter-patter of little feet starts approaching you at speed. Roll for initiative.
All right.
Neri, what was yours?
6.
And Chroma?
23.
With a nat 20.
Chroma went yesterday.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. She's the one who's been talking to them.
Yeah, she can hear them coming.
Yeah, just please remember to warn us that they said they're going to try to enslave us, so...
Yeah, Chroma looks back. So, they're gonna fight.
All right, let's give them a fight.
Okay, Zax?
15 on the dice, plus 3 initiative, 18?
18.
Zenosha?
17.
Okay. This might be a big surprise to you. Chroma, you get to go first. They're approaching.
Okay.
They're around the corner. You don't see them yet.
They're approaching... Sorry, I don't understand what you just said.
Where are we on the map?
Yeah, I need that directive again. I don't remember where we're at.
Okay, you are in that corner on the lower left. That's where the Umber Hulk body was last time, where it's not there now. You had gone to that spot to look at the spot where the Umber Hulk wasn't.
Okay, and they're coming in through the double doors?
They are coming from the double doors.
Okay.
When it's their turn, they will be on you, or you can go out and say hi.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Chroma's going to poke her head around the corner. All right, look, you don't really know how this works, so I'm going to give you a chance to back down. You know, for the sake of diplomacy.
Huh.
Oh, they're baby Olithids. Oh, these guys.
Oh, I remember you talking about these guys before the campaign started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those aren't feet. Those are literally knives and swords.
Okay.
And I muted myself in Discord so I could get my dice tray out, and I forgot to unmute myself, so Archbeth was going, why is Mixer being silent? I'm hopping into Discord. So
Oh, no.
to give that explanation again, because I muted myself when I was saying it. So the creatures you are seeing are small. They're kobold-sized. They're furry. They kind of look like spiders, but the 2 forelimbs are kind of like arms. They have like 2 fingers each. Their head is very snake-like. They've got lots of nasty teeth. And, yeah, as Cindy has pointed out, their legs that they walk on look kind of like knives and swords. They are sharp and pointy. So, Chroma, do you do anything other than saying, hey, this is not how it works?
I'm waiting for a response, if there is a response.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not waiting. I am not trying to do that as my action.
Okay.
I am talking because talking is a free action.
Well, it doesn't look like they're going to continue to negotiate. I will say that.
Okay, but I had to say it because
it's Chroma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, since they do not seem to be backing down, Chroma is going to sort of flourish her gun, press a button, and cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
And there's 3 of them, and I have 3 Scorching Rays.
What interesting mathematics.
So I will roll...
So help me if she crits and kills all of them.
Oh, wow.
I will say a 21 will hit, a 14 will not, and a 16 will hit.
All right. So 1 and 3 are going to... oh, right, and I have the arcane firearm, which means I need to take a look at what that does again, because, yeah.
Okay, I see a 12 for damage, and I see a 10 for damage.
Uh-huh. One will take 12 fire damage, one will take 10.
Okay. They scream. The one who apparently is named George says, wow, that looked like it really hurt. Shut up, George! I'm just saying, it looks like you're kind of on fire there. It's still smoldering. Shut up, George. Look, just enslave them and get it over with. Okay. Chroma.
Yes?
I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
That's very optimistic of you, assuming that I might make it.
It's very bold of me to assume that you will make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Oh.
That's
no.
a nat 1.
Ooh.
Well, the good news is these creatures can only do that once a day. The bad news is you are magically charmed by George.
By George.
Yes.
Exactly.
Indeed. And you are going to obey all of George's commands and can't take reactions. You can also, George can communicate with you telepathically, which is kind of neat.
Can.
Okay.
And there's other things here, but you don't know what they are.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to keep the rest of your friends from hurting us in any way, because you really charred these guys pretty bad. It looks like it hurt.
I know how to do that.
Okay, and the other two Neogi, let's call them A and C, come around the corner and see the rest of you there. And Zax and
My turn.
Neri, I would like the two of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I've rolled a 2. Wisdom is +0 because I'm a barbarian.
Oh, God, I'm on my own.
I rolled a 2 also.
Now, granted, you had a +5, but that did not take you to the target number. So everything that you heard me say to Chroma is now applied to your characters as well. Although some of the telepathic signals you're getting are mixed, which are kind of along the lines of they would really like you to kill Chroma, but oh wait, Chroma's on our side now.
All right, so I'm just confused then.
Zenosha.
Okay, so in order, do I have line of sight to one of them that doesn't also hit one of my friends?
You have line of sight to 2 of them.
Which one looks more injured?
It's hard to tell. They both look like they're slightly still on fire.
All right, then I'm going to throw a lightning bolt at one of them. So it has to make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw.
No.
No?
No as in it has legendary resistance, or no as in it failed?
No, in that it doesn't want to.
Oh.
And in not wanting to, I rolled a 10, so therefore it doesn't.
All right, so I'm kind of glad I wasn't able to use this in our last fight against the Umber Hulk. I had to use the melee version, which is much less powerful. So, it takes 37 damage.
Wow.
Wow.
So, I'm going to say... So I rolled a die to decide to figure out which of the two you were taking out and which of those had charmed which kobold. But before I reveal this information, I will ask you, you have just one-shot this thing. How do you want to do this?
Wow.
I'm thinking I knock it back a little bit, and it's just a charred corpse. Possibly a charred skeleton if it has an endoskeleton, but with how bug-like these things are, it might not.
I'm not really sure. The monster manual does not provide anatomical studies on these creatures, so I don't know. I just know that they're bad. There's several flavors of bad. But Neri, you no longer feel charmed.
All right.
Next is Sir not appearing in this film. Next is... Oh, it's Button's turn.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Button is still on the ship, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. This encounter builder...
Playing cards.
Yeah, every being that could theoretically have been in combat, I put into this combat tracker just in case, because let's face it, D&D can be very chaotic, even if it's not an all-kobold game. So
just
Buttons in the combat tracker.
To make sure, did we get Zax at 18?
What?
We did not. I skipped over Zax. Here's the thing. Dax is also in this combat tracker. And I confused Zax and Dax again.
I
Gotcha.
see. Well, that's understandable.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Zax, you are currently charmed, and you haven't been told to kill your friends, but you have been told to stop them from hurting your new friend.
Hey, Zax.
Huh?
Big Sib, I know what you're going to say, but maybe we should not fight.
I'm just really confused right now.
Well, you haven't been told to stop Chroma. You've got some mixed feelings about Chroma. The one who charmed you kind of wants Chroma dead, but nah, not right now. You might be asked to kill George later, but that's another story. By the way, the one who's charmed you, their name is Bugs.
Bugs. Okay.
And, however, there are some kobolds that are not currently charmed, and if you could stop them from killing your new friend, that would be great.
Okay, so can I figure out who's not charmed with the wisdom of 0?
Zenosha just fried one of them into a small bit of charcoal, so even money's on Zenosha not being charmed.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk over and stand between her and the enemies and figure that I've appeased Bugs.
Okay. You are now in line of sight.
Yep, and I think that's all I can do at this point.
Bugs face palms.
I charmed a barbarian.
The Umber Hulks were smarter than this. Okay, going down to the line of creatures that are not here. Next up is going to be Neri.
That was not a pleasant experience at all. Hunter's mark on Bugs. Hey, beastie, lunchtime. And I'll take a shot.
This is where Neri rolls all the damage.
Uh-huh.
A 32 will hit.
Whoa!
Wow!
I actually legitimately don't remember what the Metroid's damage is.
Oh.
The DM will wing it.
Okay.
If I remember right, it doesn't do any damage on its own. It just prevents healing.
Oh,
there were stats that were found.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And shared with me.
So that's 13 damage straight up from my arrow.
Bugs
and then
screams.
whatever the Metroid does.
Okay. Bugs is still alive.
But it breaks concentration, right?
Guess what? No.
Oh.
Stop being a roadblock and kill them!
Oh, you mean me?
Yes, I mean you. Who else would I be talking to?
I don't know. You're probably talk to a lot of people.
Well, actually, yes, that is true. But this is not the time to talk about my social interactions. Also, please stay 6 feet away from me. I don't know what you might have.
Okay.
Even the evil mind-controlling aliens are promoting social distancing.
I saw an image recently where it was Joker, the Joker from the Dark Knight trilogy of movies, where Joker's like, I am chaos. I always do the unexpected. I break society down, and then it shows Joker in a nurse outfit using hand sanitizer outside the room, because you do take precautions still.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. Germs kill, but moving forward, boldly going forward.
Rest in peace, Heath Ledger.
Indeed.
Yeah. Wow.
So those were your 2 actions and your bonus action. So now we're going to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it is JR's turn. JR runs forward and tries to smack Bugs upside the head. Now, JR does use a blunt weapon, an improvised club, from a disarmed zombie.
Okay, he was playing with that earlier, so...
Yeah, well, this is a different one.
A different one, okay.
Oh my gosh, he hit. He hit. So let's roll some damage. How much damage do you think a severed arm should do? I'm going to go with D4. That's 3 points of damage. And JR helped.
Oh.
JR, how do you want to do this?
Not true.
Aw, too bad.
Maybe if JR had picked a class, JR would have some type of bonus to damage in any way, shape, or form, but no. And based on your interactions, now, granted, D&D stats are not a thing that characters would really comprehend, but your sense for JR is that JR stats are all 10s. No minuses, no pluses.
Oh.
Yep. Average. Okay, that's JR's turn. Next up is the Mind Flayer. They are continuing to play a game with Button.
Oh.
but this time it's dominoes.
It's harder to cheat at dominoes.
I was really hoping that the It's Buttons turn was going to be Button accidentally leans on the ballista launcher.
That would be hilarious, and the DM will remember this. Next up is You're Not Appearing in This Film. After that is Dax. Dax could spend a free action regretting life choices. He decides to use his full action to regret his life choices because he's putting his heart into it.
Oh
no.
Yes. Chroma. Okay, well, I guess
look,
Bugs is going to be really mad. Is it killing the ones that are killing the other Nyogi? Because,
I can cast Sanctuary.
Oh, will
then
that
we
keep
won't
them
have
from killing
to
you?
fight. Huh?
Well, I kind of like this idea. Could you have Bugs
cast
not be in Sanctuary?
Huh?
Could you have the Sanctuary just be us two? You know what? Have Sanctuary just be us two.
It only works on one person.
Ah, well then just me.
Okay. Chroma casts Sanctuary on George, which is sort of weird because Chroma sort of points her gun at him, and this may give people a moment of hope, but then a shield comes out of it and bubbles him.
That's like that character in Overwatch that has a sniper rifle that can heal you.
Oh, yeah. I forgot the name, but yeah. Is it Anna? I don't know.
To quote the incredible Shades of Grey from Blizzard Watch, stab, stab, do you feel better now?
And that was a bonus action, so Chroma waits to see if there are more orders.
Okay, well, now that you took care of me, that one that kind of like turned my, I don't want to say friend, business associate. That's something that I've heard someone say once. That might work. The kobold that turned them into a small gray mark on the floor. Could you stop them from doing that? Possibly with a lot of blood.
Oh.
Yeah, go do that. That sounds like a plan.
Are you sure it has to hurt them?
Oh, well, if you can be so quick and sure in your damage that they don't see it coming, that's good too.
If you're sure.
Yep.
And Chroma is going to level her gun at Zenosha and cast Ray of Frost.
Okie doke.
Do I have to roll something for that?
No, but tell me... Oh, wow.
I'm going to guess that your AC is above 10.
Yeah, my AC is actually really high for a druid, so yeah. And that's without Zax, or Fax, or Gax, whoever giving me cover.
Zax is still stabbing you and the new friends, I guess.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, Ray of Frost misses. You are saved by low rolls. You see, the bots didn't betray you, Chroma. It's just that the bots were preparing for this event. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Okay, the Nyogi that I did not name spends some time slowly having wisps of smoke waft up of its dead corpse. George says, okay, this is working pretty nice. What's this bubble? What? You said it was Sanctuary. What's that do?
If you don't attack other people, they don't attack you very well either.
Oh.
It keeps you safe.
So I can't eat anyone.
You didn't tell me you wanted to eat them.
Well, I don't really... It's not that I want to, but usually eating them stops them from eating me. Can I move around?
Yeah.
Ah, wonderful. And he climbs up the wall onto the ceiling. This is good. I'll just hang out here. All right. And next up is Bugs. Bugs is going to disengage. He is going to tell Zax. I have to pause and think.
Right, because the naming.
Yes.
Yeah. Can we keep doing that?
I'm not upset by this. It's just an additional roadblock that we've given us.
Right.
And I say we because my Sunday character, my kobold, is Fax.
Right. Yep.
Granted, it's just the Fax on Sundays because I'm not going to Because I'm not going to confuse Fax with Tiny, who is the other kobold.
Right.
Yes. And anyone encountering their personalities would not confuse them either.
Indeed.
Yes, I can't wait until I get the character art for Fax. All right, moving forward. So Bugs, as they're bugging out, tells Zax, "Avenge your death!
Wait, what?
Kill them a lot!"
There's a
And
lot
they
of
have
them
gone out of line
already.
of sight.
Okay, I don't know which one you want me to start with, so...
Them!
I'm not
All of
really-
them! All of them! And if you can
not
kill
all of
George
us
too,
are
I
they
won't be
them.
sad.
You know, George is in a bubble on the ceiling. I don't know what to do with that, but yeah.
We'll save him for later.
Uh,
By the way, you're still hearing Bugs in your mind just fine, even though Bugs is out of line of sight.
around,
But
yeah.
but you know, it's actually your turn in the initiative, so if you could take a swing at one of them, that'd be good.
I'm a little confused.
It's okay. Just
I
take
don't
that
have a lot
hammer
of
you have
intelligence to begin
and
with,
hit something a lot until it stops moving, then hit the next thing a lot until one of you has stopped moving more.
Hit something a lot until it stops moving.
Anything moving that you can see, hit it until it stops moving. Keep doing that until nothing's moving but you. Just do that. Now.
Is George more than 30 feet from us?
I'm wondering.
No, the ceiling is not that high.
Okay, how far away is Bugs? I can't see him.
Bugs has gone out of line of sight. You don't see him anymore. You don't know.
Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to picture like who I'm standing next to and where everybody is.
Well, you position yourself right in front of Zenosha.
I did. Mm-hmm.
But I will say that if you wanted to go after Neri instead, Neri is within range. That you could do that without giving Zenosha an attack of opportunity. Chroma is not within melee distance.
Okay, so repeat for me again the exact thing that Bugs said.
You've been telepathically directed to hit one of your friends hard until they die.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I know I'm stronger than all of them, so I probably wouldn't need to hit him that hard. So I'm going to go over to Neri and, like, push. And she'll follow.
Give me an attack roll with your hammer, because that's what we're told to use.
Got a 1.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Our hearts really aren't in this.
it's for the best. Okay,
The dice
so
has a
congratulations on your crit fail. It doesn't matter that you have a +10 to hit.
Yeah.
A crit fail is a crit fail. You go to hit, was it Zenosha or Neri? Not that it matters.
I was going to hit Neri.
So
I
you
was
go
gonna
to
just-
hit Neri, and you do not connect. You hit a wall. The wall crumbles a little bit.
Oh, man.
How many attacks do you have?
2.
Okay, give me another attack roll.
That one's an 18.
Okay, so that's going to hit. So go ahead and roll your damage. That's going to be 2d6 plus 8.
Okay. 2d6 plus 8.
Thank goodness you did not rage.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't time, you know? I got a 6 and a 4.
Okay, so that's 18 points of damage to Neri. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm a little concerned about how there's dogs barking in the background on the moon.
Yeah, sorry. That could
dogs.
be here. I don't know.
I apologize. It's turkey season.
Oh,
fine.
okay. So it's coming from there because all of my neighbors have dogs. So
Yeah. No,
You
it's
are-
me.
Archbeth is saying that she doesn't hear the dogs.
oh, cool.
And this has happened before where I had a neighbor that was playing music really loud and I could hear it and I could see the bars moving back and forth in OBS saying, hey, I can hear this too. And it didn't show up on the recording at all. But you're also talking to the DM who gave Meepo, the kobold, a staff of bird calls.
Right. So every time my bird started singing, it was just Meepo playing with the stick. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. And then they stopped singing during our shows.
Mm-hmm.
So it was no longer relevant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Zenosha, it is your turn.
Is it possible for me to make it around the corner that one of the bug things disappeared around without giving Zax an attack of opportunity?
You would definitely give Zax an attack of opportunity, and Zax would feel compelled to use it. You do still have line of sight to George on the ceiling.
Yeah, but Bugs is the one that's damaged, and if I can damage him some more, I might be able to free Zax.
I support this decision. Don't attack George. George is our friend.
Well, you know,
That's
Chroma,
good. Just keep distracting them until we can kill them all. Good idea.
what would really help me not attack George is if you can attack the other spider thing.
I don't think I'm supposed to do that. And also, it's not my turn.
Although it's fair to say, Chroma, you are the only kobold that does have line of sight to bugs. He is at the airlock door, but he has not gone through it yet. He didn't have the movement to.
Would it be appropriate to say he's bugging out?
Well, I did say that earlier, so yes.
Okay.
Imitation is the best form of flattery, even if it's unintentional.
I cop to repeating a joke.
That never happens in these games.
All right, I should have done this before the match, but I'm looking up some creature stats here. I didn't think I'd use it too often because symbiotic entities seems like it's usually the better go-to, but in this case, a more traditional use of wild shape might be more fitting.
You assume the form of a spider and say, can't we all just be friends?
I think Chroma's already doing that. Minus the spider part, I guess.
Well, you could summon your force cannon. That's more of a crab.
All right, so I think I'm going to wild shape into a black bear.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the opportunity to try to charge past Zax. So
Okay. Zax, give me an attack roll.
Okay, attack roll. It's a 13.
Okay, so
Plus-
that's 23.
Yeah. Okay.
Go
so
ahead
it's
and roll your
2d6.
2d6 plus 8.
It's a 4 and a 5.
Wait,
17.
aren't opportunity attacks reactions?
Oh, you're right.
Okay,
Thank you.
so how does that change?
It means that you didn't actually have the ability to do an attack of opportunity because that's a reaction.
Okay.
So the DM was wrong.
Okay, that's cool.
All right.
all right, so if I can, I'm going to try to get to within about 10 or 15 feet of the
What's your
of the
movement?
last. Has a black bear?
Yeah.
40 feet.
Oh, yeah, you can catch up to it. You could, if you have an attack available, you could launch its face if you wanted to.
I don't think I do because wild shape's my action. I do have
Yeah.
multi-attack, but I don't know how that applies when I
But
had to
you-
spend. Go ahead.
You can get right up into Bugs' face.
Okay, since if he quote unquote kills me, the worst that happens is that I go back to Zenosha. Then yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. I'm skipping past all of the characters that are not in this session. Now it's Button's turn again. Okay, if I add up all the pips on this domino, then that's 8, so that can go here next to this 8. That's not how it works. But it's 8. You're trying to put it up against another domino that doesn't have 8. It doesn't even add up to 8. No, seriously, look. If you count, it's 1, 2, 8. How old are you? Seriously.
That sounds like
8
me playing
days.
Uno. Ellie, you have a +4. I have a 4.
You've got your point of inspiration. You have your point of inspiration. It's only a matter of time. Neri,
Mm-hmm.
what would you like to do in this moment of triumph?
The creature that I have Hunter's Mark on is getting away. So I'm going to move until I can see it again, and then I'm going to shoot arrows at it.
Okay. You can see it is at an airlock, along with a slowly approaching bear. The bear did get there faster than expected. It was moving at speed. Zax has lost visual on the bear.
Is the bear within 5 feet of it?
One could argue that yes. Yes, it is.
Tactics.
Ding! We remembered the show title.
So 29 and a hang on.
You didn't do that right. It added the two d20s
Yeah,
together.
I didn't. So a 24 and a 29.
Well, the lowest of those hits and then some.
Okay. Hang on a sec. So that's 30 points of damage. 2 arrows to the head.
So, that's over 3 times how many hit points this thing had left. This goes down with 2 arrows to the head, or do you want to add some extra flair to it? How do you want to do this?
It goes down with 2 arrows to the head, and I transfer the Hunter's Mark to George.
Ooh, that's a really bright red thing.
All right, George.
Oh,
Let's play this game.
I don't think I like this game.
You want to leave? Get out of here? Not attack us anymore? Drop the control?
So,
Because we're going to murder you if you don't.
I am amused by the idea that Chroma is translating. Possibly telepathically.
Oh, yeah. Definitely telepathically.
Also, I'm pretty sure Zax is free of the mind control now.
Oh, definitely.
So,
So we've got our little Avengers on the rooftop moment.
Yep.
George?
Yes. Do you have a wonderful plan that will let me get out of here without dying?
I mean, if you don't attack them and they don't attack you, I bet that if I say that you're not going to fight them anymore, then they'll let you leave.
So, Bugs tried to leave.
Yeah, but Bugs also tried to, eat them or something.
Technically, we were trying to get replacements for the Umber Hulks that we ate earlier.
You got 5 seconds before Zax throws his hammer.
I don't like this time limit.
We could all become friends.
I'm assuming as a bear I can't talk or else I'd weigh in.
Well, you weigh more.
Yeah, true.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know what happens with the shape-shifting.
If you choose to throw your weight around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
I
bunch of little
imagine my
kobolds are giving orders and the bear just goes, roar.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
I imagine my Metroid is floating hungrily around George.
George is realizing that magical bubbles make you feel safer until you realize that soap bubbles pop. By the way, how long does Sanctuary last?
A minute.
Okay, so yeah, it's popped by now.
Oh.
Because you've been out of combat since Bugs died.
Oh, I didn't realize that quite.
I didn't realize that either. Okay.
Well, the DM is making a call at this point to say you've been out of combat now.
Yeah.
Because you haven't
And
really
Wild
done
Shape lasts for 2 hours, so I'm probably still good.
Seriously, they're all really nice when you get to know them. You could come with us. It would be fun.
Chroma, he's
And
not
I
your
really
friend.
like you, but I like them a lot too, and so I'd really like it if we didn't fight.
I don't think they really like me. I think you made that part up.
No, I said I like you, and I like them. I know they don't like you yet, but...
Chroma, this thing is not your friend. I know you don't
Yes,
understand
it
right
is.
now. Right. Let me fix that.
I give a less intimidating breath
no,
to back up
no.
Zax.
Yeah. All right.
Don't
4.
How high
hurt him.
how high up is the ceiling that he's on?
It's only like 10 feet. Matter of
Okay.
fact, if you did a slight jump, you could probably smack George anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to
Sex,
do.
if you do that, I'm going to have to fight you, and I don't want to fight you. I want us all to be friends.
I got enough hit points to handle this, Chroma. We'll talk later.
I don't have enough hit points to handle this. Please don't hit me.
No,
I'm jumping up there and I'm hitting him with the
No.
hammer. Boom.
Give me an attack
I'm
roll.
afraid I probably have to try to stop this, considering the orders I've
You
been
can try.
given.
Yeah, that seems like that makes sense. for
Okay,
game.
give me a roll at disadvantage because you have a Chroma trying to tackle you as you jump.
Okay, so the first one was a 13. And
That's a
the next one is a
Is a what?
6 plus
A
whatever my
6
weapon is.
A 6 plus 10 is still going to hit.
Yeah.
So you are
Oh.
slightly off balance because a Chroma has added ballast to your air Zax attack,
Right. Yep.
but not enough to prevent you from connecting. So go ahead and roll your damage, 2d6
Okay.
plus 8.
All right. I've got 5 and a plus 8.
Ow, 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 ow. What did I ever do to you?
I probably don't understand them anymore. Right?
Well, yeah, you don't understand. The only things that you've heard from George that you could understand were translated via Chroma. You could understand what Bugs was telling you as Bugs was talking directly to your mind.
Right. Okay.
But you have never understood George,
Okay,
which
that's what
I
I thought.
suppose is true for George's associates as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Zach, no! George, please, I can't.
I'm going to use
I
a
can't
bonus
stop
action to
them
turn back
very
into
well.
Zenosha and cast Chill Touch.
Please come with us. Please, can we have diplomacy?
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 will hit.
All right.
I'm in favor of diplomacy.
He says he's in favor of diplomacy.
I do 10 necrotic damage.
Stop trying to
feels it.
kill him.
Yeah, I agree.
He says
He's
he
enslaving
wants
you,
to do-
Chroma. That's not
She doesn't
negotiable.
understand. She will.
George has skittered into a corner like a small scared spider.
How far
Chroma's
away is
going
that corner?
Chroma's going to put herself between the rest of the party and him and raise up her shield and be like, please, can we talk?
We can talk later. You'll understand in a minute, trust me.
I'm bloodied.
How far away is he?
I'm sorry,
Chroma, he's
They said I could leave, but they were between me and the exit. There was no I don't want to die.
He's
he
messing
wants
with your head,
to
Chroma.
leave. Let him leave.
How far away is George?
Stop trying to kill him.
He's 10 feet away from you.
10 feet away? Can I jump over Chroma and hit him again?
I cast grease at the area under Zach.
Oh!
Alright, does Neri want to make an attack before we take our turns again?
I will say we are going... Sure, if Neri wants to go first, because Neri hasn't had a chance to go.
Yeah.
I can let Neri go before Zax just moitalizes.
Yep.
Neri is going to put arrows in the floor in front of Zax and Zenosha.
Neri, you realize it's still dominating Chroma's mind, right?
I said I'd let him go.
Not while it still dominated Chroma.
I said I'd let him go if he let go of Chroma. Let go of Chroma, you can go free and clear.
Chroma?
Yeah?
There's different ways to turn it off. You're not my friend because you want to be my friend. You're my friend because I made you be my friend. And
maybe, but I figure I'll want to be your friend after too, right? I want to be lots of people's friend.
Zax is doing a facepalm at this point. Like, this is not helpful.
Well, you're not hearing this unless Chroma's
I'm not hearing.
common.
That's right. Unless you're saying it out loud.
Yeah,
which
you're
I
hearing
don't
chittering.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm hearing chittering. I have no idea what's going on. Okay.
Yeah. One of the chittering seems to be a bit more energetic. The other chittering, you've never heard scared chitters before. Or timid chitters. But you're kind of hearing that.
Okay, that makes sense.
It only lasts a day unless you get hurt a lot or I get far enough away. If I leave, you'll be in charge of you again.
Okay.
Could you maybe have them not kill me as I try to make a break for the door?
Yeah. He says that he's gonna leave, and once he gets far enough away, it'll wear off on me.
You better be right, or I'm coming after him.
Do we have any reassurance of this?
I could think of reassurance, but Chroma's not going to like it.
The reassurance is it looks like on a scale of 1 to 33, he's at a 7.
Oh.
He also says that if I got hurt a lot, it would snap me out of it. But I don't think we want to do that one.
No.
Yeah, that's
what they were
plan.
trying to get me to do.
I'm not sure how much we can trust this guy, so my vote's still for kill him.
Yeah,
I didn't
I'm
make
with-
the promise
I'm on the- yeah.
Neri made.
I didn't either.
George starts to slowly edge around the corner, trying to go towards the airlock.
Do you want to kill him, or do you want to go, or do you want him to go back to his people and say we're terrifying?
Who are you asking?
Everybody.
If he goes back to
Personally,
his people, he can send more here, or to find us. If he
I
doesn't
would-
go back, they can't.
I would really rather have an entire race of people not want to screw with kobolds.
We only came here because the moon was destroying our home.
He says they only came
You're
here because the moon was destroying their home.
Wait, you're from the ring?
Yeah?
Well, that's weird.
All right, go home. We want to get the moon out of here anyway.
Please do. It's been taking all of our food.
This is a mess.
Yeah.
All right, go, little bug, before I change my mind.
Seconded.
Go home and tell them not to mess with us.
A little icon appears in the corner of your vision that says, George will remember this.
Chroma waves as he leaves.
GR waves.
Bye. I hope that next time we see each other, we can be friends for real.
George stops right in front of the airlock, and he turns and looks right at Chroma and says, you know, I kind of hope that when it wears off, you still mean that. But
Chroma
we'll see."
gives him a really big smile.
Which is just as effective as Zeely's smiles, because that's
Yeah.
it's an intimidation check to be sure.
Oh no.
Also, if Neri were listening to this, she would absolutely say, knowing Chroma, she definitely will.
George presses the airlock button, the doors slide open, and George goes through, and the doors slide shut.
Okay.
And we've been playing for about an hour. So what do you say we take a 5-minute break?
Yes.
Sure.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to press some buttons. We'll be back in 5. We're back.
We're back.
Well, I'll be Bach. You be Beethoven. And you can be Pachelbel.
No, we can't do that. We don't have any bards.
Sorry.
One of our chorus teachers at my school was trying to get me to go through the do, re, mi, fa, so thing. And I was like, do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. She punched me, I think. But never mind about that. I mean, granted, that was the reaction I was really going for. But never mind about that.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Do! A deer. A female deer.
Ray, the guy who brings my beer.
Get him, Ray.
Why, yes, I'll have a beer. Fa, a long, long way from beer.
I get that reference. But boldly going forward, I'm just going to start using that more often now. So
What about koboldly going forward?
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
valid. Very valid. So with that said, you have infiltrated this base. You have laid waste to all who opposed you, except for the one who you scared away. The zombies were either dead or non-combatants. And the giant ray gun that shot you down has most likely been disabled at this point.
Yep, broke it.
What would you like to do now?
Well,
Let's
there's
see if
one
we can
Umber
get
Hulk. There's one Umber Hulk still on the move, so I say we head back to the Red Star for a long rest.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
and then see if we can get the ship moving again.
That'd be a good idea, too.
That sounds
Okay.
like a really good idea.
Which sail was it that we broke off?
I don't remember.
It wasn't so much a sail as it was a wing.
The wing. Okay.
Yeah, there was something out on it.
Well, we have Dax, and we're in a sphere, so all we really need is a wing and a prayer, and we've got both of those.
I already gave you inspiration this evening. Moving forward, as you step
I
out,
didn't have to use it.
as you step out of the airlock, yeah, because you had pack tactics, you do see something fly overhead briefly, and it looks very much like a giant flying spider.
What is that?
However, considering you got here in a giant flying dragonfly, it shouldn't be too shocking.
I'm gonna bet that's the spider creature ship.
Oh, yeah, I guess it could be.
Chroma, you are no longer charmed.
Yeah, it was their ship.
You okay, Chroma?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, good.
My head feels weird, but yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I get
let's
that.
get some rest.
Let's get back to the star and get some rest.
Yeah. Alright, off we go.
Okay. So when you get back in the
actually-
star,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you find that Dax did make use of their time in the star while you were out hunting things, and you did take a short rest as well. So Dax had the time to do this. The crew quarters had regular bunks, but Dax has converted them into hammocks, so you actually can take a long rest in the crew quarters as opposed to looking at the bed attached to what's currently the wall.
Smart. Okay.
See, I was going to say, let's try and limp the red star off to a level location.
I mean, you could try that too, if you wanted, I guess. After all that work that Zach's put in. Well, not Zach's, Dax.
No, yeah.
They're
See.
Zach's, he's Dax.
Right.
And your facts.
Well, not right now, I'm the DM. You don't want to give Fax DM powers. It would probably go
Oh
to their
my.
head.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea.
Oh my. Mhm.
All right, we'll use the hammocks
They're way
tonight.
too cowardly to take that well.
We'll use the hammocks tonight, and then tomorrow.
Yeah, fix the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you may, with my gratitude, press the long rest button.
Alright. Long
Excellent.
rest. Confirm. Ta-da. My hit
The
points
next
are
morning,
wrong.
you find that JR is sitting in their chair, which is still technically on the wall instead of the floor, but they've made do.
Whatever works.
They've kind of strapped themselves in just a little bit.
Smart.
It's their chair, dagnabbit.
Mhm.
So I seem to have lost 20 hit points between...
Yeah, because of the house rule that I'm doing.
because of that.
I'll go in.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
thanks.
fix it.
And I'm guessing it was 20?
So, ship's still sideways, but this force cannon that was attacking you is no longer going to attack you. So what would you like to do?
I would like to see about scavenging the thingy we landed next to the facility to repair the Red Star.
How are you going to get to that cannon?
I don't think that cannon is still functional.
No, I think we broke it pretty good.
Okay, Zax, if you refresh your character sheet, you should have 70 hit points.
All right, thank you.
What do you want to scavenge for?
Well, I don't know.
Sidearms!
No. I don't actually, out of character, know what exactly is broken, aside from things we need to fly.
I'm getting a little sick of Discord crashing.
Yeah, that's gotta be annoying.
Well, as you remember from the last thing this helm was attached to, ship integrity is not necessarily something that is required for you to be airborne. It's powered through magic and spell slots being funneled into the helm. So the fact that you're missing a wing means that you're going to go a bit slower than you would have normally gone when you go into the phlogiston.
Oh!
But flying around in vacuum, you're going to be fine. Flying around in an atmosphere, you might actually go a bit faster because you're not going to have the air resistance.
So we don't actually need to fix it to fly.
All right, then that just gets us to our original problem. How do we find the main base? Because as our crash here demonstrated...
Maybe there's a map somewhere in the facility.
Well, I guess it could be, but...
I suppose it's worth a look. There's probably still one Umber Hulk in that facility, but at least we've had our long rest now.
Right, yeah. We could probably take it. We know how now.
There's probably 3.
3? Well, we found some that looked like they were eaten, so...
There were 3 Neogi. Each would have an Umber Hulk. There would be 3 Umber Hulk.
Well,
They ate some of them.
hang on.
You saw
found-
what happened to the slaves on our ship, did you not?
There was one dead.
Uh-oh. Discord again.
So we saw one that we thought was dead, but got up later.
All right.
And we saw, was it 2 on the raised platform?
The Mind Flayer looks over at Neri and says, "And the penny drops?"
And the Discord keeps crashing. There was one in the main hallway. There were 2 on the platform. There were 3 Neogi. The one in the main hallway wasn't there when we came back.
But we're pretty sure the ones on the platform were actually dead.
Yes. On the other hand, we were pretty sure the one in the main hallway was dead too. So Neri is not sure what penny is supposed to be dropping.
So you get the psychic impression of a sigh. When you came aboard my ship, you met our crew, our servants, that had been killed. Only they did not stay dead. They reanimated and did their best to destroy the survivors, including myself and our elder brain. What makes you think anything near this heretic is going to stay dead?
Okay.
Well, that's all the more reason we have to get out of here.
I was wondering why you decided to take a nap, to be honest.
Well, we're kobolds, and we just got our
We needed a
minds
chance to
messed
heal
with.
our injuries.
Yeah.
I was mostly out of spells.
All right, let's get out of here and see if we can find the main control center.
It's that way.
Oh, wow.
All
Okay.
right.
Were
That's
you
We go that way.
were you able to tell that the whole time?
Zenosha's just
No.
kind of staring at him, mouth half open.
It took some concentration and considerable effort, but the heretic has an elder brain of its own of sorts, and I was able to
The one
locate
that keeps
it
in that pool, yeah.
while I spent my additional brain power keeping the small mushroom occupied.
Well, Neri is going to take her concentration and all her brain power and climb sideways into the helm. And
I'm going to strap myself into one of the chairs, too.
Yeah, I'm going to hang on to something.
Button says, next time we can play Monopoly. No, I would rather go to the gift ship.
I can teach you how to play dominoes, Button. It's really fun. You just set them up end by end, and then you knock them over.
Ooh.
All right, clicking off all my spell slots.
Okay. And the red star lifts up. It's not a vertical takeoff for Lander because it's more horizontal right now.
Right.
But you can fix that.
Yeah. So, and I will head in the direction that the Illithid indicated.
Okay. Give me a dexterity save.
Everybody?
No, just the pilot.
Okay.
You took out
Cannons to
one
dodge.
installation.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
12.
Well, it's not the worst you've done, but you do get hit again.
All right.
How about I don't roll a d20 for damage?
Yeah, I would prefer you not roll a d20 for damage.
Everyone give me a con save.
Okay. I got
Zenosha,
16.
that is an accurate GIF.
Yeah,
My
I got
rolls,
a 16.
my rolls are getting higher.
What else is it? Constitution's +2, so I have an 18.
10 for me.
You need a 15 to make the save, but
Okay,
don't feel
got
too
it.
bad because I rolled 2d6 to find how much bludgeoning damage you'd get from getting hit again. I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Oh.
So if you failed the save, you're taking a whopping 3 points. If you made the save, so you rolled a 15 or higher for your con
Yeah.
save, you only took a single point. You've stubbed your toe worse than this. There was one time you accidentally
Zach says
bit your tongue and took double this damage.
Zach says, Neri, I think you gave me a hangnail.
Yep.
So you get hit by another force cannon installation, and then you see a giant spider ship come out of nowhere, and a large something flies out of it and hits the force cannon on the top, and it stops shooting at you.
Oh,
Wow.
think we made a friend.
I'm not going to argue with that.
The spider ship kind of wiggles a little bit and then flies off in a different direction.
I will wiggle in response and continue on our way.
Okay.
So is wiggling the spaceship equivalent of the thank you wave?
Pretty much, yeah, I think.
It's the, I don't really have any way to communicate with you right now, so I'm going to do something weird. And just hope that whatever you can interpret that as, you interpret it favorably. Turns out it was the ship maneuver equivalent of them's fighting words.
Well, that wouldn't really change much, you know?
Yeah. Hey, you, let's fight. Them's fighting words. I think that's
not wrong.
adjustments. All right. So you, in a decent amount of time, are flying over a familiar-looking installation.
All right. Let's find a place to land.
Well, you could land where you landed last time. Actually, no. You can kind of land next to it. You're flying a bit larger ship than you were last time.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And also, you found the gift ship.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It mostly landed in the right spot. Most of it landed in that spot.
There are any survivors?
Well, you can't see them from here.
Yeah.
Hopefully they've maintained the atmosphere. All right, let's land next to the gift ship.
All right.
I hate to say it, but checking for survivors is our secondary priority.
Yeah, well, it's probably true. I mean...
Right now, we have some murdering to do.
I hope the mushrooms in Warforge survived.
Me too.
I'm sure they'll be fine. The gift were handing out grenades when I left.
Oh dear.
This explains a lot.
No.
So the gift ship may have crashed because of that.
Well,
We'll
it
figure
did take some explaining about when to pull the pin.
Okay, so,
That there was some confusion among the Warforged about whether you should pull the pin when you get the grenade or when you're about to get rid of it.
Oh,
The
When I
answer
left,
is
they were
never.
putting it to a vote.
no.
If there's an obvious entrance to the installation, I'm going to park as close to that as possible.
It's the partially blocked hole that you'd be able to sort of climb down and through. Imagine, if you will, if you had a garbage disposal and a toy ship that could kind of half fit into the garbage disposal and have the back half of the ship sticking out of it.
Gotcha.
And it would just sort of be in there at a rakish angle. That is what you have. It is sort of like jiggling a little bit and going around in a circle. Not true. That is not true. That is not canon. If that was the case, it'd actually be a spoon. And I do have the spoons for that. Mental note, design another Spelljammer ship that is really just a giant spoon. We will call it the Tick.
The Tick.
I didn't see where that was going, so I was going to suggest making it a spork.
No. Okay. No, we got to call it the Tick.
That'd be a great story about that toy ship that I just created. Yes.
Yes. All right. So we'll set down at a reasonable in a reasonable place at a close distance. Hopefully a place where the gift ship will not whack into us and cause further structural damage. And then
the gift ship seems to have come to a full and complete stop. Everyone has vacated it, or at least they kept their arms and legs inside at all times.
Well, I'm going to park it. I'm still going to park in a place where it can't collapse on top of us.
Wise. So you do so.
Yeah, that works. Mm-hmm.
And we can head into the pit.
Okay. Well, your options are trying to climb straight down. I wouldn't recommend. Trying to jump down. It's moon gravity, but wouldn't recommend. Or you could probably climb down using the hull of the gift ship as a kind of makeshift ramp.
How far down is it?
It's a good 30 feet.
Probably using the hull of the gift ship is our best bet.
Probably.
That or rope. I still have my rope.
Yeah.
Do you have a trebuchet? That can send you pretty far.
I don't think we got one of those, Button.
Yeah, let's use the hull.
All right.
This should be fun.
I do not think the small mushroom should be accompanying us.
Agreed.
Oh, yes. You're right.
We can tell him to stay here, but that has historically not worked.
You did mention that you have a significant amount of rope available?
I'm not doing that.
I don't think we should tie Button up.
May I have a small piece?
No.
What are you going to do with it?
I will not do anything with it. Hand the small piece of rope to Button.
Okay.
All right.
I cut off a small piece of rope and hand it to Button.
Ooh, what's this for?
I have no idea.
I found this in the captain's cabin. Fascinating. And the Mind Flayer hands a small book to Button, and Button looks at the cover and goes, ooh, and opens it up to page 1 and goes, ooh, and then immediately sits down and starts playing with the rope. It's a book on ship knots.
Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance.
Okay.
That will probably keep him busy for at least 5 minutes. We should get going.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We should.
All right. So
do we want the skeleton to accompany us?
Hey,
JR
JR,
can
do you
come
want
if
to
they
come
wanna.
GR gives a thumbs up.
All right.
Well, so, for they're concerned, they were super helpful the last time they went on an OA mission. So they didn't even wear a red shirt, which meant they got to come back.
All right. So we're
By
climbing.
the way, George was
down.
wearing a red shirt.
Of course, George was.
Oh.
Well, in this case, George was the only one that survived of his crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the others were wearing a yellow shirt and a blue shirt.
They must be from the mirror universe.
They did have goatees. It was hard
I was
to
going to
notice
ask that. Yeah.
because they were furry all over. But still.
It's worse than that. He's dead, George.
Now, George is king.
All right. I will lead the way down the gift ship.
All right.
Okay. The Mind Flayer levitates down.
Expectedly.
All right. Sure.
I mean, I've climbed down cliff sides steeper than this.
Okay, everyone give me a dexterity check.
Oh, boy. Oh, I've got a 19 plus 3.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
All right.
I'm using my inspiration.
Oh,
Zax, everywhere you need there to be a handhold, there's a handhold. You don't know why anyone else is having trouble.
I will also be using my inspiration because I don't trust my 6.
And I have not re-earned inspiration since the last time I had it.
Yeah.
And on my second roll, I got a 21.
oh, wow. Okay.
Okay,
And a 19 for Neri.
so what was the roll that Chroma got?
9.
Okay.
9.
Chroma,
Yes.
you thought you had a bit more traction on the deck than you did, and you realized a bit too late that it works very effectively as a giant slide.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
But JR, who got a 17, manages to catch you.
JR, thank you.
I'm going to make a constitution save for JR. That's a nat 1.
Oh, no.
You slide the rest of the way down.
Does JR slide with?
JR,
No.
are you okay?
No. Oh.
JR
So-
goes to wave and then realizes that JR's waving apparatus is still in Chroma's possession.
Oh,
I
no.
can fix that.
So she's sliding down the deck of the ship, then?
Chroma has reached the bottom
Okay.
with the lower half of JR's right arm.
Oh.
It broke off at the elbow.
Well, she said she could
Alright.
fix it, so she probably can.
With JR, a healing spell might fix it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, it could.
Well, healing spells don't tend to put things back on.
Or mending.
Something.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
Everybody going down okay?
Everyone else rolled high enough that you're able to get all the way down with no problems. GR is very intrigued by the lower half of their arm currently in Chroma's possession.
Here,
Understandably.
They give themselves a high five. Although with Chroma's height, it's more of a low five, but still.
here, let me see if amending is enough to get it back on, or if we'll have to do some more intensive reattaching.
Give me I'm going to say a wisdom check, but you may add your proficiency bonus.
Okay, it's good that I get to add my proficiency bonus.
Well, you have a full set of Tinker's tools and stuff, so...
But that's only a 12.
Well, the good news is you think you can get it to stick back on. The bad news is it won't really be functional.
Okay, so it's going to take a bit more than mending.
And that duct tape is going to leave a residue when you peel it off later.
All
Do
we
I
gotta
think
do
a
is
cure
survive to
wounds
get
would
better.
take care of the rest of the arm?
I will say that it does not require a roll for anyone with healing capabilities to realize that unless the spell specifically mentions like growing back or reattaching limbs, most healing spells don't grow back or reattach limbs.
Even though it's already reattached, I'm just trying to restore
It's
function.
not functionally reattached.
Okay.
Like if we
it's
tape your arm back
like-
on, it wouldn't be good.
Right.
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so let's keep an eye on that and make sure make sure all the pieces get back.
Right. Mm-hmm.
In the meantime,
Ooh, another idea. My ring of regeneration. It can cause body parts to grow back after a number of days, but it can.
Well, does it just grow them back, or is there something there used to be? Because I honestly have not looked at the rules for Ring of Regeneration in 5th edition, but in previous editions, if you were wearing a Ring of Regeneration, it was like being a troll. You could reattach a severed limb, and it would reattach if you held it in place long enough.
It does not say it that way. I get so many hit points every 10 minutes. If I lose a body part, the ring causes the missing part to regrow and return to full functionality after 1d6 days. So yeah, it doesn't mention anything about reattachment.
Well,
At least
you are
not on the
welcome to
character sheet.
try the Ring of Regeneration if you want to. The DM will make a call about whether or not that does anything faster than 1d6 days.
All right, it does require attunement though, but I will hand it to JR saying, when we get a short rest or 15 minutes or so, attune yourself to this and see if it helps out.
JR waves by using their left arm to wave the lower half of their right arm.
Okay. I think
And
he's
then-
actually somewhat amused by this.
Oh, JR seems to have picked up some weird fascination with holding arms.
Yeah, it's a little strange, but
that's not where I was going with JR when I created the character, but...
Right. Well, JR's still trying to figure themselves out. So.
Archbeth has said in chat that JR does have the right to bear arms, but no, that was Zenosha.
That's Zenosha.
Yes.
Oh, right, yes.
And the rest of the body, too.
JR is our non-binary person at...
Yeah.
JR does go and put the Ring of Regeneration on their right ring finger and probably needs to be corrected about that.
Yeah, put it on the one that's still attached well.
They nod and switch fingers. And the DM laments losing the opportunity to have a second JR grow from the severed body part of the first JR.
Oh.
It'd be JR and we'd call the new one Lupin.
All right. Let's go into the moon base.
Okay.
All right.
There are a lot of zombie bodies on the ground, by the way. You've been somewhat distracted by JR's woes, but...
Right, well yeah.
Well, as long as they're not moving, they're just fodder for me to rise.
Yeah.
Well, they're mostly smears.
They're probably harmless now.
Or filled with shrapnel.
So the GIF
have been here.
Well, we know what happened to those, what was it, grenades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. They took out the zombies, I guess. So I guess if we follow the carnage, we'll find the rest of the gifts.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Yep.
Definitely sounds like a plan.
Now, in the last group of GIF we ran across, they probably found somewhere to hold down.
Yeah, all right. So,
The Mind Flayer points and says, that way.
Okay.
That way, by the way, is through both the wall and probably a floor.
That's going to take some time to get through that.
Let's go to the closest door.
I would recommend
that's
going
smarter.
around.
Okay, good plan.
Did you not encounter it before?
Yes, it had a lot of zombie friends last time, too.
How did you get to it last time?
We found air ducts.
We did.
Yeah, we crawled around in the vents.
Then it kind of fell out. And then we threw a zombie through something, and then he showed up.
Of course you went through the duct.
Yeah.
I mean, we're small.
We fit, and the zombies didn't.
You get the mental impression of a sigh again.
The Mind Flayer should stop asking Zach's questions.
We're resourceful. We're kobolds and we're resourceful. It's our best quality.
I do not second guess your decisions. You made appropriate use of your advantages. I simply do not want to have to go through an air duct.
I'm not sure you'd fit.
I don't think you're going to fit, so you don't have to worry about that.
Mind Flayers are, while they're tall, they are surprisingly skinny.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely not Dragonborn build.
Right. Yeah. Okay, well...
There were passages leading to the brain chamber, but they were cloaked in magical darkness, I think.
Oh, yeah. It was all like, you couldn't see anything at all in there.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. For right now, let's get inside. Let's let the moon do the breathing, rather than our own personal atmospheres.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been inside an atmosphere since you got down into the circular chamber.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Remember, once you get underground, there's atmosphere. The air is stale, but
I think it was
it's
stale
breathable.
before, but
it wasn't pleasant.
Yeah.
Well, let's get started then.
Okay. And with that, everything shakes a little bit.
What was that?
Oh, I bet they're not out of grenades yet.
Yeah, smart money's on GIF explosions.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that's where we're going to end it for tonight, because we've been recording for over 2 hours now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I might have to cut that because people are going to look at the episode time and say,
go,
that was 45 minutes.
Or something like
We've been
that.
recording for 2 hours?
I can't believe we've been recording for 4 hours.
Okay. This is Marathon Hour 8. Thank you, everyone who donated to the charity campaign that I just made up just now. It's to buy me my next yacht. Yachts don't buy themselves, people.
We should totally do that, though. No. Seriously, we should have a charity D&D camp. We should have a charity D&D session one Saturday.
I would totally be in favor of it, but here's the thing. We have one person who listens to our episodes live, and they're related to one of the cast members.
Right.
Yeah, but we could build up we could say we're doing it for like Child's Play or Extra Life.
It is something that I'm willing to put on the table, but I honestly would like it if we had a larger audience to be able to do that, because it is demoralizing to do a charity thing and the only person who shows up is the mother of one of the people who's in it.
Well, it's usually like the big streamers with tons of people that do it anyway, because they already have that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
GR waves back at Beth. So thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone for listening. Tonight I've been joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Ellie, EO, Jen, and Cindy. Let's do some quick plugs. Ellie runs a
Wait,
social
Ellie
network.
was here?
Yes, I know you owe her money, but she was here and she's a valuable member of the party. So you're just going to have to deal with it and pay her back that quarter that she loaned you so that you could get a cart at Ollie's to go grocery shopping. You know, they give you the quarter back when you put the cart back. That's the thing. But, you know, never mind.
Look, it was broken.
That's what they all say when the cart's broken.
And I had to make a phone call.
Back in the days when phone call cost 25 cents.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow. That's been
back
a while.
in the before times, which I don't think EO was alive back then.
Well, no, I don't think so right there.
I paid $1.65 for gas today.
Wow.
I would like to announce that we're going to take a break from recording D&D sessions while I move to whatever state that Ellie's in.
I don't think I've paid that little in 20 years.
Yeah, that's an amazing price.
Anyway,
I'm biting my tongue because we're just having great discussions and I want to keep having them, but I am trying to wrap up the episode.
Yeah,
Ellie has a social network where you can talk to her and a bunch of the rest of us too. The majority of us are on elek.xyz. That's elekk.xyz. We have a cast page in the show notes, which has links to our various social network channels, so you can follow those of us who have an account there. EO's mom writes books. You can find those at elizabeth-mccoy.com. Jen has a blog and podcast, and you can check that out at bookofjen.net. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming. Help us keep the lights on, along with other illustrious patrons, including we have Chris, Cindy, Ellie, and Eric. And until next time, this is Crash saying, new friend! Good night, everybody.
that was a good Chroma.
That was impressive.
I have not been practicing, but you wouldn't know it. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.